tell me about your impressions of the Foos as a game for your kids to play at school.
Yeah, sure. I think overall it was a really fun experience. I really heard like spontaneous, like that was so fun. Can we download it? When can we download it? They were super engaged the whole time. I was really pleased about the collaborative component, how they were paired. It seemed like the pairings worked out really well. They were just really communicating with each other, hugging each other, having fun, lots of language, lots of discussion and giving suggestions to each other. So overall, I think it was great. In terms of the block coding, I think this age range, it works really well. I think it was I think we had the right group of kids, this age range, like 5, 6, 7, seemed like even up to, actually we have an 8-year-old, I think that whole age range, it worked really well.
How would you compare it to your Tinker experience?
Tinker, we formally started that maybe about just only 2 weeks ago. In terms of the kids problem solving on their own, there's some similarities there. Just keep trying and trial and error type of process. Tinker does give some immediate feedback in terms of like try these next steps, some more explicit feedback.
How do you feel about that explicit feedback?
Sometimes, it just depends on the child. Some children won't read that and they'll just keep doing the trial and error, and some kids will. I think the older ones will tend to read it. The younger ones will tend to gloss over it. As the teacher, it's kind of helpful to have them do it as we do it together and direct them with that feedback. So I think I think it's useful in some cases and maybe not as useful for some other kids. But it's nice to have it there as an option.
And that's a review, or is it what? Talk a little bit more about that. Is it hints or?
It'll give you a hint.
Hints.
Yeah,
okay.
Several hints. Try this and remember to use, like if you're using a repeat function, try to keep it under a certain number of blocks, those kind of things. But for the most part, I haven't seen an app with this in this format, and I know the kids were wanting for me to download them and have them give them another choice to play with during their iPad time.
How do you think it fits in with the STEM curriculum block?
Oh yeah, I think it fits in very well. For the programming block, that we do have a programming block, so I think it fits in really well. It's right on par with what we're trying to teach in terms of basic programming skills. So
Perfect. Thank you so much. That's great.